All right, hello everyone. Thanks for coming. We're just going to start right off the bat and then start talking. So if we can get time in 3, 2, 1, go. Hello, my name's Barhunga. Welcome to Monkey Ball. Thanks everyone for coming. The first few levels are quite difficult, so I'm going to let Worster talk for me.
Alright, so yeah, I'm Worster. I'm here to explain this very complicated game where you're in a monkey and you roll to the goal. That's basically it. So the category we're doing here is Master. So for this category, you start by choosing the Expert mode, and then there's 50 floors in Expert that you have to do, and then there's 10 floors in Expert Extra, and then 10 floors in Master. But to do the Master floors, you actually have to get up to that point without having a game over. So what he's doing here is he's collecting a few bananas, because if you get those 100 bananas, you get an extra life. You can see those little kind of angry monkey faces in the top left. He's got 2 of those, and so every time he gets 100 bananas, he'll get an extra life. If he loses all of those and then falls out and has a death, he will not be able to get to Master. And so this game, while the premise is actually, it's very simple, the game itself is very technical. So this is only floor 6, and already he's had a fallout, so that's a death. So probably going to take this stage a little bit safer now, because you don't want to have too many deaths. But yeah, you can't jump in this game. All you can do is just move the monkey around, but being in the air really helps you navigate. So like on this stage, it's obviously a bit of a puzzle to wait for these blocks to get there. But if you hit the monkey onto the edge of the stage, so almost fall off, then you can get bounced into the air and get some elevation, and then you can use that to get across gaps, but also help you with your momentum, because trying to go up a hill, for example, and get some momentum, you'll see here, even with this little one, it's very tough to actually get up it if you don't have any momentum, so using that to get across the gaps can also be really tricky. But then along with that, you've got little stretches like this, where it's quite tricky to actually just keep your monkey on the little small edge. It's very, very easy to fall out here. So I'm very impressed you got that first try, given you failed it 5 times in a row in practice in the few minutes we had.
Especially with the death on 6, I'm very relieved.
Yes. So those are kind of the more difficult stages right at the start. But even things like that, like if I tried to do that, there's no way I would hit that tiny little goal trying to get through. I actually have tried that many times and never gotten it once. So on this one, you'll see kind of what I was talking about before with trying to get that aerial momentum. That was actually really nice, getting that first try. Just going into the little crevice there to get bounced upwards to go across some of the terrain that you want.
Also, because we got the floor 5 bananas, luckily these bananas will give us back that life that we lost.
Yep, so he's just going to get to 100 here. So these bonus floors, you don't actually have to get the bananas here. So if you're doing like a most optimal run, you would just fall off straight away. You don't have to get all the bananas, but if you do, it's just perfect and you're off. So yeah, the stages, they kind of come in like sets of 10. It doesn't really mean anything, it's just that they theme the stages in every 10, like with the terrain. But yeah, so they do kind of, every stage kind of has a thing that it's doing, like a gimmick. And so in that one, it's just you're avoiding those while going downhill. So you kind of have to go fast on that stage, but just avoiding all of the little bumpers that would take you off. Oh no. That is not an expected death.
I actually kind of die on this floor.
Well, evidently.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. So there's no lives now. So a bit concerned.
I will make sure to go a lot slower here.
At least on this stage, there is a couple of bananas, so you are getting some of them back.
Oh, gosh.
Well, GG. All right, we can still do Master. We can go into the practice floors and do it later.
Yeah,
but
that's what we'll end up doing. Which means that for these floors, I probably won't go with any safe strats. Alright, I won't talk now during this, but with the later ones.
Yeah, because now he's not going to get to Master authentically, so now he's not that concerned about any extra deaths he might have here or there. So you can see some of the faster strats that are a lot riskier. But yeah, so like this arrow here at the end is just on a cycle, and so trying to go through the gears as fast as possible to make that early cycle is how the first death happened, just missing out on it. But just waited that time, and it was easy.
Okay, so now I don't have to play safe, which is nice.
And yeah, so we had an incentive here for the language and the monkey. So the language obviously doesn't make a big difference gameplay-wise. The monkey also doesn't make a huge difference gameplay-wise, but they are different sizes inside the ball. And because this game is so precise, just visually having that different size inside the ball makes some of the setups much harder to see if you're using a monkey that you're not practiced with, especially.
Yeah.
But so there is a big variance in difficulty in some of the stages. Like I can do that one. That one's not too bad, where the goal's just moving and you just move forward and time it. But even that I would not be able to do, even though that looks a lot simpler than some of the other stuff. Because you do have to get the right angle, otherwise you just don't go near the goal and then you just fall off straight away.
So usually I would go for like a 3 cycle there. But since I game overed before, 2 cycle is the fun one. And again, we're coming up on another bonus floor, and same thing again. Safety goes out the window now. We don't need bananas.
Yeah, so now you get to see how you would, you know, on an attempt, how you do the bonus floors.
Yeah, exactly.
Which, to be fair, is probably less interesting in that instance.
That's probably one of the most finicky bonus floors to get out of, to be honest.
Yeah, right, so coming into the next set of levels, these ones are actually probably my least favorite set of 10 in Expert.
They're definitely a lot harder than most of the others.
Yeah, I certainly find that the ones even after it are actually easier.
Yeah. So the nice thing about being able to do the riskier ones when we get towards the end of this set of 10 is that although we wasted a bit of time dying before, we get to make up time by being faster strats.
Well, assuming they actually work.
Well, yes.
Yes, assuming they're actually hit. But yeah, yeah, and there's quite a few long stages in this as well. So, like, you see the timer at the end. If you don't make it to the goal when that timer expires, then you don't complete the stage either. And so, for a casual player, that actually might be a bit of a worry on a stage like this one. Because most of the other floors, you know, some of them you do in like 2 seconds, but that one, it's more than half the time it goes.
And that's with a skip as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this floor, he's looking to get momentum by getting into the air, and then wants to bounce off that little bit. Yeah, see, that wasn't completely optimal. But yeah, if you bounce
exactly,
on the tiny little ledges in the middle, then get a flat bounce and go further towards the goal instead of getting further up in the air.
This is another one of the riskier ones, I guess.
Yeah, so it kind of presents 2 paths to you. One that's got shorter paths to go through, so it's easier to fall off, but obviously is more direct to the goal straight away.
'29, this one coming up, is one I'm really thankful that I get to go for the strat, because it's really slow otherwise.
Yeah, so this one's awful. It's almost basically random about whether you get the right bounces here. Yeah, see, he just fell straight down, and that just looks silly. But you'll see eventually, because now he doesn't actually care about dying too much, what is supposed to happen ideally, which is just you'll get a bounce before he actually goes off so we can make it across and not have to wait for these cycles. Because it is very slow waiting for the cycles. There we go. Much better.
Yeah.
And yeah, you have basically no control over whether that bounce happens or not.
Again, no more bonuses.
Yep. So I'm probably going to, jinx you here, but I don't think the 30s are too much of a concern.
Well, judging by earlier, I think 32 might be a struggle. This one just gets thinner and thinner. By the end, it's the thinnest wire that we've come across so far. And big time loss if you do die there too.
Yeah, one of the longer stages again where, again, it's using up quite a bit of the timer. So for a casual player, you get under pressure and then it gets smaller and smaller and you want to go faster and faster, and that's generally not a good idea.
Yeah. If we have any donations, maybe this floor is a good one for one. If not, that's okay too.
No donations currently, but we are just a quick note. We're thrilled to have HyperX on board to support the event this year. Cure Cancer and Game On Cancer Initiative are doing amazing work, and it's great to have that work supported by HyperX. They believe that everyone can achieve their best with the gaming spirit and are proud to put theirs to work in supporting such a great cause as Game On Cancer. Go ahead.
Thank you very much. Another thing we didn't really mention, but these are ice floors, but there are no ice physics, thankfully.
Yeah, so I mentioned there's kind of a theme to all of the levels, and this one is kind of the ice theme. But yeah, as I said, it doesn't actually make a difference to what's going on. Yeah, no, if there were ice physics, oh my god, it'd be impossible. How could you possibly do 32 with ice physics? I wonder if they thought about it and then they got to that point and they were like, no, this just cannot happen.
That's probably possible. The easiest bonus to skip.
And also the hardest one to get bananas on if you're getting bananas. Oh dear. Yeah, so some of these stages are actually, oh god, imagine if they had like water physics with the rain going down as well. But yeah, some of these stages are quite quick, like that one.
Quite quick, but some pretty tricky ones too.
Yeah, so some difficult strats to make them quick. It's almost like they tell you specifically, you can take this shortcut and incentivize you to do it. Oh, so we're skipping like 5 floors in total in Expert, and that was one of them right there that we skipped from 42 to 45.
So the red goal skips 2 floors.
Yep.
The first 2 floors that we skipped were 3 and 4 at the start. And then those 2, 43 and 44. And the next one we'll be skipping is 47, so we'll get a green goal on this one. Again, because we don't care about lives right now, I'm going to try for a... Didn't get it. Usually we just do 1 jump at the end, but because
may
we're
as well
not
show off
worrying,
the risky
exactly.
strats, yeah.
I'll go for the first, this jump is again. There we go.
There we go.
That's the one.
Yeah, so that's hard because you've got to get the momentum to get over the gap, but then
usually the second one's not hard, just
Yeah.
the first one. I won't bother with the first one this time because I've already got it, and I'd rather not just die for no reason.
But yeah, you're getting the momentum to get over the gap, but then you need to stop your momentum so you don't go too far and just fall over.
Yeah.
But on the second one, there's a lot more buffer.
Yeah.
And it's not curving downhill as well.
Yeah. Oh, can't say that happens to me very often.
Oh, there we
Not hard
go.
to recover though. This one's very fun. Our way, anyway. Ah.
There we go.
Not the way it was meant to happen, but we got there. And with that, I can go to quit quickly to get to the practice mode ones.
Yeah, but so, like we
If I
mentioned
know
before.
what German is. Okay,
I'm sure you know the numbers, so that's fine.
Well, I was making sure I've clicked practice mode.
Oh, right, yes. But yeah, so these are the stages that would come after Expert if you cleared them without a game over. So a lot of people...
That's another flaw, another level strategy that I would never have gone for in the run had I been up to there with regular conditions.
Yeah, so these are... flaws that a lot of people who played the game, even casually, might never have seen, especially the master ones when we get to the master ones.
Yeah.
But like, to give you an idea, I think you have the second place time still for this category in Master. Yeah, and he didn't get there in this run, right? So most people casually, to even unlock these stages and ever see them, it just wouldn't happen. It's just very, very difficult.
A couple of them are shared in the extra with like beginner extra and advanced extra. This one, for example, is shared. However, it rotates faster on the higher difficulties.
Yeah, so that one he was just waiting because it was rotating too fast for his momentum to get into the goal. And so for strats like that as well, because the cycles are consistent, he's looking at the in-game timer so that he can tell this is how long has passed, so that he knows where the cycle is and it's like, okay, now I can go and get the maximum amount of momentum.
Oh, this one's one of my favorites visually as well, because you really don't think that there's anything special you can do, but you can.
Yeah, so the idea of that level is you go in the pipe and then you're all the way through the pipe, but you don't have to. You can just go outside the pipe and it's much faster.
Yeah.
Even though the pipe is quite fast to begin with.
It's quite difficult to go outside it too. It's just really fun. This one's another shared one.
Do we have a second for a donation or two?
Absolutely.
Beautiful. So we have a $20 anonymous donation that says, no donations is unacceptable for monkeying of this quality. Roll on, you crazy primate. Hashtag PaxOz. And then a second $20 anonymous donation that just says in all capitals, monkey ball.
Thank you. That's also a really scary one when it comes to doing it legitimately. This one, however, is kind of free. So, but so extra 9 is usually the one that is when I start being able to breathe in a regular run.
Because yeah, once you make it to the master stages, it lets you complete master even if you game over there. But yeah, this one is just waiting for the hammers to knock it down. You can do that without all of them coming down. That's a very difficult strat.
Yeah, very difficult, but you can go immediately. The hammer can hit you to the top.
Yep.
But these are the master ones. The first one, I like to do a little pause frame to show off that you can beat it just by holding up.
Yeah, so that was, again, it was pausing to look at the in-game timer, and then when he saw it was exactly 56:40, yeah, just hold up and you can get to the stage. So that's the only master stage that I can do, because I can hold up.
Yep. This one's very nice visually, however, we don't really get to go around that rainbow.
Pretty colourful rainbow, yeah. Just ignore that.
Yep.
Did you have any deaths in Expert?
In Expert Extra?
Yeah, Extra. I don't think you did.
Believe so.
Yeah. So as soon as the pressure's off, no worries.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
Well, Master 3 is especially difficult.
Yeah, Master 3, this is... so that's a good visual representation of how hard it is to get momentum to get up the hill.
Yeah.
And then you need enough momentum afterwards. And it's a small hill. So you've got to get it straight.
They make they make it this thin for a hill that big. And then they also put that little stick at the end.
So afterwards, because when you're going downhill, obviously you're getting more momentum, but then you need to quickly swerve away.
Yeah.
And then for this strat, you're trying to carry that momentum to the end and then hit a really specific angle on that road to then put you straight into the goal. And you do not have much control once you hit that hill at all.
No. When I actually hit the hill, I leave my control stick in neutral. I'm not sure I can make that, no. If you were trying to do this one yourself, the easiest way to do it would be a kind of a variant of the strat that I'm trying now, because doing it the regular way is actually harder. The
going all the way from the top.
Yeah, because after this spot, I don't know if you can really see, but there's like a checkerboard pattern. Oh, but the checkerboard pattern goes in and out, kind of like on floor 6 did.
Yeah, you can see it there. Yep.
I'm just going to try and go straight in.
Oh.
And that's really difficult to navigate normally. So what I did my first time, oh, this should be good. Yeah, there we go. What I did my first time is I went to the side. Oh, thank you.
Don't clap, that was appalling. Did you see how many times he died? Clap when he gets their first try for all of these master stages.
This one, you would think that the floor would be flat, but because of the way it rolls up, you get little bounces like that, yeah.
There we go. It was first try, well done, mate.
The last one was better to clap for.
Yeah, they start putting not very subtle advertising in there as well in some of those stages. I like this stage.
The way we do it or the regular way?
The way we do it.
And this one, you usually kind of follow it as it rotates every now and then. But there is a very precise way to pause on a couple frames with specific inputs.
Yeah, so he's looking for like one of 2 frames, I think, on the first one.
Yeah.
Either 7, 8, or 80, I think it is.
Correct.
And then he's looking for the second one, once he gets the first one, to then just be able to
yeah, it's really
fall
tight.
off and not have enough momentum to carry him off the stage, but actually turn around and make his way into the goal.
Yeah. Oh!
Oh, okay.
All right, then.
Made it, but not to the goal. And yeah, he couldn't have saved that because he couldn't just bump up there.
No.
You have to follow all the way.
What?
Because you need to land on the side edge of the goal thing and then just break the tape is obviously what you're looking for. There we go.
This is another one of my favorites visually. The first time I saw this, I had to just go in the middle and get hit by everything.
Yeah, you can get pinballed around very hard.
Very fun, though.
So coming up to the end, only 9 and 10 left. So
Correct.
9
is another really difficult one.
Yeah, this one's really finicky. You're on very small edges, and you do want to jump across them. So you need to get enough momentum to do even that jump. This second one's much harder.
And
oh, there we go, straight away.
Nice.
Beautiful. Yeah, that's definitely another one you could have like 10 deaths on.
Correct.
You know, trying to get those jumps.
Our artificial time at this point will be up after this floor.
Artificial?
There we go.
Yeah, there we go.
Completely legitimate run. Thank you, everyone, for watching. That was a lot of fun. I don't know what time it is. I can't see.
Rubbish.
22:35.
Expected with all the menuing we had to do extra. But thank you, everyone, for watching. I'll let the setup start on the next run. Thanks for joining me, Wester.
No worries.
Next, we have Jimmy Boy.
Yeah, Jimmy Boy.